Hello and welcome to the United Forum. This is your latest Manchester United news, transfer news updates, and your opportunity to voice your opinion of the very first time in Sri Lanka. We are live at 10 p.m. tonight for the match reaction and player ratings. And yes, unfortunately, on Friday, we couldn't host the show since there was an island-wide power cut. The Sri Lankan government playing mind games with us, playing little games with us, and due to the island-wide power cut, I couldn't host the show on Ralf Ragnick's first pre-match press conference as Manchester United manager. That aside, unfortunate, unavoidable circumstances, but yes, the show is on tonight at 10 p.m. for the match reaction and player ratings. I know you guys have been missing me all out as well. Yes, Ralf Ragnick's first game as Manchester United manager, and he bags a win, bags 3 points, and is the first German manager to get a win as a Premier League manager as well. We win. Manchester United win 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Mind you, people underestimate Crystal Palace quite a lot. But since the arrival of Patrick Vieira, I think Crystal Palace look a very decent team. Under Roy Hodgson, they definitely look like a bottom half team, but after Patrick Vieira's arrival, they do look like a mid-table team at least. You could say they are getting there. I think a few more transfers in, and with Patrick Vieira there, they can get there. Let's leave Crystal Palace aside. It's time to talk about Manchester United and Ralf Ragnick. Wreck it, Ralf. Talk about pressing. The game overall, talking about. So let's talk about the game overall. Do send in your opinions or questions, anything Manchester United related on that live chat as well. Like I always say, it is you that keeps the show running. Akif Ahmed says Api tama hondrema kare, definitely. Ragnick tama hondrema kare. I think talking about the match overall, I think the first half an hour looked very convincing. We looked like a proper football team with proper identity, with proper football coaching applied, with proper tactics, and we finally, the 11 players out there looked like they knew what they had to do. I think we pressed quite well. We were tiring Crystal Palace as well. They couldn't get through Manchester United's press. We were consistently on the opposition half as well, creating play. Just that final third missing out in the first half. That was for the first half an hour, and I thought from that 30th minute onwards, I think it's not just me but almost everyone out there did think that from the 30th minute onwards, Manchester United did drop a little, and especially in that second half, it did look like we did not have enough energy. There weren't enough minutes on the legs of the players to run as well. Apart from that, mind you, Manchester United did play against Arsenal on Thursday as well. That was at 1:31, if I'm not wrong. I can't quite remember what time the game was anyways. It was on Thursday. It was the same starting 11. It was one training session, about 48-hour break between the two games, and between that they also had one training session with Ralf Rangnick. So definitely you can expect the players to be quite tired as well, especially considering the fact that Ralf Rangnick is a manager who plays a pressing style of football, and we did see that today early on. And I think why we dropped down in energy towards the second half of the game, towards the latter stages of the game, was because it is a pressing game. The players need to get used to this, because with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer it was more of a freestyle kind of play, and with Ralf Rangnick it's a press kind of play as well. And with that game on Thursday, just one training session, our players have not played to this play style previously as well. So it is something different, something a little tiring. You need your fitness levels up there as well, and definitely I think that is why we did look a little unenergetic towards the second half. But all round that was convincing from Manchester United. Ralf Rangnick looks like a man who knows what he is doing, definitely, and it's pleasing to the eyes to see Manchester United do something new apart from playing freestyle football, depending on individual brilliance and moments of the game. So really happy with that play as well. Manchester United definitely doing the job, making my weekend, ending the weekend on style as well. Just to start off school tomorrow, so I could go with a happy face tomorrow. I could go with a face with my head straight tomorrow's college as well. So to start off with the lineup, Ralf Rangnick's first lineup. If you do if you do need to know, is David De Gea, Diogo Dalot, who I thought was quite good today, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, and Alex Telles at the defense. And in midfield, we did have Scott McTominay, Fred, and Bruno Fernandes, along with Marcus Rashford, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Jadon Sancho. Not quite sure why, but whenever I start streaming, I get a bad nose. Is it the stream? Is it the laptop? What is it? What is it? Not quite liking it, to be honest. It's annoying. Makes me talk from my nose as well. And why am I unable to get to Chrome now? Oh dear. Hold that up there. Hold that up there. It's one thing or the other all the time. Let's start off with the ratings as well. To start off, we've got David De Gea, a goalkeeper, in goal as well. And do hold up, I've got a bit of issues. Here we go, my tabs aren't opening now. There's always something to spoil a stream, isn't there? There we go. That's better. Yep. This is annoying. I need to change. I really don't know what's going on with this laptop. To mind you, I'm unable to open my live chat, unfortunately. This is depressing. Depressing, I tell you, this is depressing. There we go. I hope that is on screen as well. It is not. Yeah, there we go. So to start off with David De Gea, the goalkeeper and the number one numero uno. To start off with David De Gea, let's get him on screen. And before we do get De Gea on screen, let's get this off screen. Hold up. There we go. David De Gea on screen for you, the goalkeeper. David De Gea's performance throughout the match. So what I've got to tell you is that for once, David De Gea throughout this week did not look like a goalkeeper who had to do quite a lot. He did have moments in the game, and that was minimized, you could say, comparing to the last few games where he was given man of the match as well. So overall, De Gea, good game for him. I thought, in fact, he did not have much to do, which is a positive, which shows that our defense is doing quite well. We are playing more of an attacking style football, shows that the ball is in the legs of the attackers rather than the defenders, and we aren't being a shambles at the defense. So the fact that David De Gea really doesn't have to do much comparing to the last few games is a positive in itself, and that is why I've given David De Gea 6. Yes, it is an average game for him. Did not do anything exceptional. Neither did he do any mistake which led to a goal or anything of that sort. And something that I did notice with David De Gea is that he is playing more of a sweeper keeper kind of a role. If you don't know what a sweeper keeper really is where the goalkeeper has to come off his line at times and do a few distributions as well. So somewhat basically what the keeper has to do is come off his line, and that is what we did not see in David De Gea throughout the years at Manchester United, and a reason why Manchester United fans, in fact, preferred Dean Henderson over David De Gea. And we see that just after one training session as well, and I think it is because we play a high line. Moving on from David De Gea, we've got who have we got on defense? We've got Diogo Dalot as well. So there we go. Let me get him on screen. I thought Diogo Dalot was very attractive. He was quite good. He was superb. There were a few good crosses. Almost scored a sensational goal, a world class of a goal. A worldly of a goal, you could say, and what a way to start things off for Diogo Dalot as well. One thing that we did see in what can I say, in Diogo Dalot is that he looks much more confident now, and why that is because he has got consistent game time now, rather than the previous times with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What we did see with Solskjaer is that it was consistently Aaron Wan-Bissaka who started, and it was when Wan-Bissaka was either injured, either when he was given a rest, that Diogo Dalot did come to play. And why I think he does quite well now is because he has been getting consistent run of games, because Wan-Bissaka has been unfit, and since Michael Carrick took over as interim boss, we did see Diogo Dalot get game time, and I think with that game time he has gained his confidence. And with Ralf Rangnick you also get that, new manager pump and all that. And when you see that from Diogo Dalot, definitely it is a convincing performance, and definitely shows what a player can offer you when they've got game time in their legs as well. I thought he was sublime today. He was superb, because it's been a long time since we saw Diogo Dalot do something as such in what he did today, because that performance was unexpected from Diogo Dalot. Yes, we did expect it to be offensively good. I think defensively, there was really nothing to be proved, because he was not troubled defensively as well. But offensively, I thought Diogo Dalot was over the moon. He was good. He was feeding in a few crosses, definitely what Cristiano Ronaldo needs as well, and almost scored a worthy of a goal from his left foot. Left foot, mind you, he is a right footer, and almost did score a worthy of a goal from his left foot. Rehana Pakir Ali sends love. Thanks a lot. Rabia Jumarin says hi, bro. Hello to all of you watching out there as well. It's pleasant to see a few of you turn up tonight as well. So to start off with the ratings for Diogo Dalot, I've given him a 7, and I've told you why I've given him a 7. I thought sublime performance once again, fed in a few good crosses, not just a few, plenty of crosses early on as well, something that Cristiano Ronaldo definitely wants as well. He got a few crosses I did not expect he would to feed in as well, and almost scored a worthy of a goal from his weak foot, which we don't see from an Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So a good performance. I think this consistency needs to keep going. I hope and pray Ralf Rangnick rotates these players as well, if he is planning to move forward with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, since he is back fit as well. I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He is my favorite defender, along with Rafael Varane in that defensive line. But if Diogo Dalot is going to put up performances like that, I think he should be up there. Defensively, like I told you, he did not have anything to prove really. He was not troubled. I hope defensively. The thing with our right backs is, if Diogo Dalot improves defensively, he can be one of the best right backs. Whereas Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if he does improve offensively, he could be one of the best right backs. So it's an interesting situation, and it'll be interesting to see which way these two defenders go and how things go for them, and how Ralf Rangnick handles this situation as well. So moving on from Diogo Dalot, we move on to Victor Lindelof, who was our defensive centre back along with Harry Maguire. I thought he too was good today. Something that has definitely gone under the radar for Manchester United this match is the clean sheet, because with Ralf Rangnick we expected a lot of pressing football. We expected a lot of goals to be scored, and to be honest, while I was watching this match, my focus was on the number of goals we scored, and to see that just number one out there was a little not up to expectations, because I did expect us to net a few goals as well. But the thing that which did go under the radar is that clean sheet, because Manchester United defensively have been shambolic throughout the past few matches under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and along with Michael Carrick as interim boss as well, we did concede a goal, if I'm not wrong. So defensively Manchester United haven't been looking that sound, and today suddenly we get a clean sheet. And it's not because the defense has been doing good, but let me tell you what, it's because the ball has been on the attacking side of things for Manchester United throughout most of that match as well, because like I told you, because the ball has been with the attackers mostly during that game as well, and that is why defensively we looked good, because they haven't had to do quite anything much. as well. And I thought Lindelof was good. He handled a few situations well, a few good passes over the defenders of Crystal Palace as well. A good game overall, and that is why I've given him a 7 as well. Moving on from Victor Lindelof, we have got Harry Maguire, who I thought, taking Harry Maguire about this game, Harry Maguire, I thought he was okay. He was not at his best, definitely. The managed pump was quite there, you could say. Did not do any silly mistake. Neither did he do anything exceptionally good, but I thought he had a quiet game, an average game in other words, and that is why I've given Harry Maguire a 6. Let's move on from Harry Maguire to Alex Telles. Uh, so Alex Telles is our starting left back the past few days as well, especially since Luke Shaw has been injured due to concussion. Mind you, I still haven't been able to trim these images because my fellow friend editor uh, has got his PC with a few problems as well, and therefore I haven't been able to get my thumbnails these past few weeks as well. So hopefully that's fixed quite fast and we can get back things to normal. So to start with Alex Telles, I thought he was good. He was, once again, I must tell you, one thing I did see in this game was our fullbacks pushing forward. They consistently pushed forward and feeding crosses, and that is something that Alex Telles did too as well. I thought he had a good free kick, which unfortunately hit the bar. He tried to go directly for the goal. I thought that was something good to do. It was unexpected. Unfortunate to hit the bar. Had that gone in, definitely man of the match contender Alex Telles. Apart from that, he did feed a few good crosses. Moving up front was good. Defensively not really tested. Quite a good game overall, but was he as good as Diogo Dalot? Because I thought Diogo Dalot suddenly gave us that wow kind of factor, and Alex Telles was something we really did expect from him, and that is why I've given Alex Telles 6.5. I would say a 6.5 is what I want to give Alex Telles, and that is why I've given him a 6, or you could even say a 7, but not 7, a 6.5 I would say is what I want to give Alex Telles. If you want to watch it, do send in your ratings, your opinions, questions, anything Manchester United related on the live chat as well. It is you that keeps the show running. It is about opinion. Football is about opinion. Opinions differ. So do send in your opinions on the live chats. Moving on from our defense, we've got our midfield. Excuse me, the midfield. Excuse me. I did not expect to see Scott McTominay start. I really expected midfield pivot of Donny van de Beek and Nemanja Matic, or at least a Fred and Donny van de Beek. But since Fred is now given that opportunity of moving forward as more like a box-to-box midfielder, which is his role, I think is a positive for us as Manchester United fans because he did get that goal. Let's talk about Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay is a weird one, to be honest. He did not have the best of games. He did have. I think he's more focused on passing the ball forward rather than the times he did play with Oli. Because with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we always saw McTominay take way too many touches. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, 5 touch, 6, 7, 8 touches. And then pass it backwards and then get the ball again and then go for a forward pass. But whereas with Rangnick, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if they have really worked this out on the training ground, but definitely it has to be something they've worked at the training ground as well. Something I did see in Scott McTominay is his intent to pass the ball forward rather than sideways or backwards. Apart from that, I saw improvement. He was not exceptional. I still think he can be a better player. Do I really think he is a player Manchester United can win titles with? Definitely no. But I did see improvement in his game, which is a positive. I think, if I'm being honest, Scott McTominay deserves a 5 or a 5.5, but I'll stick to average games and above since this is the first game of Ralf Rangnick, and that is why I've given Scott McTominay a 6 as well. So moving on from Scott McTominay, we've got Fred, the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest there was, the greatest there is, the greatest there ever will be. Fred Rodriguez back with the Brazilian passport. Man, what a game, what a couple of games in fact he has been having, has been vital in that midfield so far, especially considering the fact that we don't have a defensive midfielder. I thought he has improved his game quite vastly as well. He breaks down play quite well. His tackling has been good. Offensive output has been good. He has been moving from box to box. And ultimately today it paid off with a goal, which is a positive, especially under a manager like Ralf Rangnick, who is a new manager, who is managing his first game for Manchester United. And you talk about a clean slate to all the players. I think it's the perfect example to this is Fred, because he's come out, he's given his all, and ultimately a wonder of a strike, clean finish, curved, top ends, Brazilian passport back. Fred Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen, my man of the match for tonight, and that is why I want to give Fred a 7. A 7 is what I wanted to give Fred. But considering this is the first game for Ralf Rangnick and a wonder of a goal, you get you get a +1, my mates. You get a +1. You better keep that consistency on, or else I'm gonna be bantered out here on that live chat. So do send in your opinions on the live chat, your questions, anything you've got Manchester United related on that live chat, because it is you that keeps the show running. And yes, if you are new here, do give us a subscribe, smash a like on the video, and share this video as well. We are at 140 subscribers, 10 away from a 50. Let's get to 150. It's the Ralf Rangnick regime as well. So yes, it's a new era, and definitely start things afresh after a island-wide power cut. Let's get to 150 subscribers. Do share this video around as well to your friends, colleagues, family, anyone you've got, because let's help Manchester boy out. And start off with Bruno Fernandes on. In fact, not a start off. Next up, we've got Bruno Fernandes on screen, a talisman for Manchester United in the recent past as well. Has been in bad form, poor form under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from the start of the season, you could say. Did bag a goal against Arsenal. Unfortunately, I couldn't do a pre-match press conference or a match reaction for the Arsenal game since it was the weekday. That aside, let's concentrate on today's game. I thought he had a quiet game. He was quite good with the ball. Pressing wise, considering pressing, I think Bruno Fernandes once again will be a crucial player under Ralf Rangnick, because you see people talk about Donny van de Beek being vital with Ralf, since he's a manager who likes pressing. I'll tell you, if you are saying that Fred is one of the pressers we've got in that squad at the moment, and that is why he is going to be vital under Ralf. I think second to Fred would be Bruno Fernandes. If not second, I think the best in that he should be above Fred as well, in my opinion. I think pressing wise, he had a superb game tonight. With the ball, he was quite good. On another day, definitely he would have bagged an assist and a goal. Unfortunate, yes, has been in a poor run of form. Hopefully with Ralf Rangnick, proper coaching staff, things change around for Bruno Fernandes. Okay game. Not the best he could be, not the worst he could be. Somewhere in the middle of that, you could say, and that is why I've given him a 6. Do send in your thoughts, your opinions, anything Manchester United related on the live chat as well. If you want to feature on our community at this moment of time, do give me a minute while I sort this out. I've got a problem with my live chat. This is annoying, to be honest. There we go. There we go. I hope it's visible, the live chat. It's working all right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there. There we go. So yes, do send in your opinions on the live chat. Anything Manchester United related, you've got to send it on the live chat. Let's keep the show going. Moving on from Bruno Fernandes, we move on to our offensive, or in fact, offensive is the wrong word, attacking line. To start with Jadon Sancho, we've got Jadon Sancho on screen. I think Jadon Sancho is in a stage where he is gradually improving his game from game to game. I think he is starting to adapt to the Premier League. The only thing with Jadon Sancho is since he came to Manchester United, or since he started games for Manchester United, it's just that he hasn't been given a proper role to play. He has been rotated from that left wing to the right wing to the left wing, and now under Ralf Rangnick, you see him play in that midfield since Ralf plays a formation of 4-2-2 as well. So I saw him switch once again from the left to right to left, and that too not on the most furthest attacking line. In fact, just before that, somewhere in the midfield along with Bruno Fernandes, I did see him switch from left to right to left. So unfortunate that he hasn't been given a settled role, because he needs to make his mind up as well. And I think with Ralf Rangnick coming in for these 6 months, he will be given that settled role. I think it'll be in that midfield. You might see Ralf rotate that as well. I hope and pray Ralf gives him one specific role, because he is still new to the Premier League. One of the most youngest players in the team as well. One of the best youngest players, to be right. One of the best youngest players in England at the moment as well. And in order to get the best out of him, I think he should be given one settled role to be played in that lineup and then do his job. And with Jadon Sancho, I thought he had one of the best games. He is improving from game to game as well, and that is why I've given him what have I given him here? A 6.5 is what I want to give him as well. So I'll stick to a 7. It is a 6.5. And since the closest whole number to 6.5 is 7, I'll give him, I'll show that 7 on screen. So do send in your ratings on the live chat as well. You might have a different rating. You might have a different opinion from mine. So do send it on the live chat. That is why the live chat is here. You are part of the United Forum community. Interact as much as possible. Keep the show running. Let's enjoy while it lasts. And to move on from Jadon Sancho, we've got Marcus Rashford as well on screen. There you go. That is Marcus Rashford. I thought in the first few minutes of the game, I thought Rashford looked quite lively. I think it was the manager pump as well. The fact that he was pressing, closing down the opposition. And as the game went, I thought once again Rashford fell off. I'm not quite sure what is actually going on with Rashford, because the past few games he does not seem to be on point. In fact, when he just came from injury under Solskjaer, he did look quite sharp. And even under Solskjaer, as games went on, he seemed to drop out of form. I think he'll take time, and I think with time he will get there. And I think we need to be patient with Ralf and with Rashford, in fact. And the fact that Ralf Rangnick is now the manager of Manchester United, things will only get better for him as well. Nothing really dreadful from his performance, nothing really exceptional from his performance as well, and that is why I've given him a 6. I think what he deserves is a 5.5. But like I told you, since this is Ralf Rangnick's first game, let's stick to positives. That is why I've given Rashford a 6. Let's move on to our final starter in the game, Cristiano Ronaldo. Once again, first half, I think he had plenty of service. I think he was very happy as well. I saw him, after every cross that game, and I saw him, raise his hands up with a thumbs up as well. It was like thumbs up to Alex Telles, thumbs up to Diogo Dalot, and I think he enjoyed that first half. And I think this is a system where Cristiano Ronaldo is going to outstand as well, because I think he'll get plenty of goals with this system. And the fact that our fullbacks move even more forward now with Ralf Rangnick coming in, and the fact that it is Telles and Dalot the past few games which we have seen is also a positive, because these two fullbacks we do know is offensively far better than the present fullbacks we have, considering form in the present, and that is why I think he'll flourish in this system. I think definitely a system that will work for Cristiano Ronaldo. First half, definitely he loved it. second half, I think it was not just Cristiano Ronaldo, but the team as a whole started dropping down on energy levels, and I think it was because of that Arsenal game. We had only 48 hours between the two games as well, one training session between that, so quite tired as well. So, and that is why I think the energy levels did drop down. And apart from that, like I told you, a lively first half for Cristiano Ronaldo. After the first 30 minutes, nothing really much, and that is why I've given Cristiano Ronaldo a 6. Moving on from Ronaldo to our first substitution, Mason Greenwood, who did come on for Sancho. I was surprised to see Sancho come out quite early, to be honest. I forgot to tell that. I was quite surprised to see Sancho come out of the pitch so early. I thought he was far better than Rashford was on the pitch. I thought Rashford was dead after the first 15 minutes. And I thought Mason Greenwood needed to come in for Rashford and not Jadon Sancho. But it is a new manager, definitely has his thoughts before going in for a substitution. He has got his reasons as well, and I think as time goes we will know why certain things are being done, how. And I thought it was a good game for Mason Greenwood. He was affected with COVID. People do forget that as well. In fact, I did forget that he was affected with COVID. He has been forgotten by the Manchester United fans the past few weeks as well. We haven't been able to see him on screen for as long as we did under Solskjaer as well. So yes, he has been under the radar the past few days. Good to see him come back and get that assist as well, and that is why I've given him a 7. I really would have loved to see what can I say? I really would have loved to see Mason Greenwood play along with Cristiano Ronaldo as the two strikers, because I thought with this system, these two strikers are clinical finishers, and the fact that our fullbacks move forward and provide more offensive output, having two clinical finishers in the form of Mason Greenwood and Cristiano Ronaldo will massively help Manchester United, and that is why I thought Rashford should have come out and being replaced by Mason Greenwood, but it did not happen. I think we have got to stick with that decision. Maybe there is something. Uh, what can I say? There are reasons behind this as well. So definitely, we have to agree with the manager's decision making, and I think it paid off as well, because Greenwood did come off with an assist. He is 19 years old yet, and we normally talk about Mason Greenwood being greedy, not passing the ball in the final third, taking that shot. He did receive the ball on his left foot, and we normally expect Greenwood to finish that ball with his left foot, curve it into the back of the net, and no, he did not. He held, and he did put that pass on to Fred, which ultimately paid off with a goal. So definitely, if you are to question Ralf Rangnick's decision making there, it is the right decision, because it did pay off with an assist, and that is why I've given Mason Greenwood a 7. Let's move on to the next substitution. We've got Donny van der Beek. And before I move on, I've got a live chat here as well. Agree with you. Wonderful approach today, bro. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate the compliments out there as well. Do keep sending your opinions, your thoughts, feedback, not just on Manchester United, not just on the game. If you really think there is something to be improved in the show, that should be improved in me, anything I've got to do towards the improvement of the show as well, do send in your thoughts on that. Do feel free to drop a comment or even message me on my social media as well. To start off, in fact, not to start off, in fact, to continue, we've got Donny van der Beek, our final substitution. I thought, yes, 10 minutes on the legs. I am, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what the referee was actually doing there, because he was ready to come onto the pitch from the time that free kick was taken during the latter stages of the game, where Harry Maguire was injured with that head injury, and where he was getting treatment and putting on that headband as well. And ultimately, after play starts, something happens, and then the referee decides to look back and get the substitution in. A bit silly from the referee there, but 10 minutes. I hope Van de Beek does not go down the road of being an unused substitution as well. In fact, I would want to see him start on Thursday morning, Wednesday midnight against Young Boys in the Champions League fixture as well. Not enough minutes to be honest to be judging a player of Donny van de Beek. I've given him a 6 since he also came a little late and only had about 10 minutes to play. You really can't judge him, and that is why I've given him a 6. Do send in your ratings. You might agree to me, you might not agree to me. So do send in your ratings on the live chat as well, your opinions, anything you've got for the betterment of the show. Do send it on the live chat. And at last but not the least, the man who matters, man. It's, watching that pre-match press conference was as if it was bringing tears into my eyes. This man over here, from all Solskjaer's talks of energy, desire, it's the little things, common sense being not being common sense anymore. To Ralf Rangnick can talk about tactics, you talk about balance. It's the next game that you've got to focus, you've got to win games. It's about attacking football, passing forward, one-touch passes, tactical brilliance, tactical analysis, and it's a fresh breath of air. In other words, it's a breath of fresh air, in the right words, to be honest. And I thought he was with the lineup. Yes, it's his first game. He only had one training session with the game. You really can't expect a manager to change things around with one training session. He picked the same lineup which did win the Arsenal game, which I thought is the right thing to do, because if he did not pick that same lineup and if he did lose the game, fans are going to go at him, why change the winning team? I thought it was a good lineup, brave, because it was only one training session. Like I told you really can't change things, but we did see a change in-game formation as well, a 4-2-2-2 with the 4 defenders: Scott McTominay, Fred, Bruno Fernandes, Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Marcus Rashford. So finally we see organization, we see pressing, tactics being there, coaching being there. It's finally all falling into place. The puzzle is finally coming into place for Manchester United. I think it is still one game. Thomas Tuchel took 6 months to get Chelsea where they are right now, or even more better. It's only one game. It's only been about 24 to 48 hours with the team for Ralf Rangnick, and I must say he has done a brilliant job for that little time he has been having. Because if a training session is about 5 hours for the day, he had only one training session. So let's just say a training session is about 6 to 8 hours. So basically for about 1 or 2 hours you introduce yourself, the players introduce themselves, you get to know the coaching staff, all that happens, and it's only after a few hours you get to training. The players have got to the players have got to buy what you are going to say. They've got to know about your style of play, what you are going to do. The players have to play for the manager as well in order to get picked for that starting lineup. So a lot happens in the first training session as well, and you really can't expect things to change. But to be having that much change, that to be making that impact with one training session is quite a lot, and that is why I thought he was brilliant today. Ralf Rangnick's at the wheel. Wreck it, Ralf. I've given him a 7. Do send in your ratings on the live chat as well, your opinions, anything Manchester United related on that live chat. Keep the show running. And yes, that is pretty much it from the player ratings as well. Yeah, so we move on, and finally to our man of the match. Who we gonna give it to? Who we gonna give it to? Who we gonna give it to? Hold up. Off the screen you go, Ralf. Thank you. You wrecked it apart for us tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, your man of the match today, all the way from Brazil, back with the Brazilian passport, top bins tonight, scoring the winning goal for Manchester United. Fred Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen, is my man of the match. Do send in your opinions on that. If you've got a different man of the match, do send that on the live chat as well. That is pretty much it from tonight's show as well, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show as well. I thoroughly enjoyed tonight's show. Made my day. The start of Manchester United win 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Ralf Rangnick's at the wheel. Wreck it, Ralf. Talk about it, Ralf. And yeah, what a game to start things off. Fred back with the Brazilian passport as well. Things falling back into place for Manchester United as well. Plenty of news. I think this coming week is going to be huge for Manchester United. You have talk of a assistant manager coming in for Ralf Rangnick as well. So yes, he will be there as well. I think it is. I'm not quite sure who it was, but there were a few rumors of a mental manager, somewhat, anyway, something related to this psychological side of the players, who was going to be the next assistant manager for Manchester United. I can't really get his name as of now, but just do stay in touch with our Instagram page. I'll update you there. Really been busy the past few weeks as well, with college starting, a lot of responsibility coming into shoulder as well, so been really busy, couldn't update the social media page as well. And in the middle of that, we had an island-wide power cut last Friday, which made things worse. I couldn't go live due to that as well, so apologies for the busy week on my side, for not being able to update you guys as well. So definitely from today onwards, the show will continue as usual, unless there are unavoidable circumstances once again, like an island-wide power cut. Hopefully no such things will happen. The Omicron virus is back in Sri Lanka. In fact, not back, but is in Sri Lanka as well. The first patient for this virus was found out on Friday as well. So people, do stay homes as much as possible. Stay safe, wear a mask, sanitize yourself. That is pretty much it for tonight's show. Manchester United will be taking on Young Boys at 1:30 a.m. Thursday, or you could say midnight Wednesday as well. I think it'll be second team, most probably. You won't see a lot of first teamers start, since it's been a busy week for the first teamers. Arsenal, then you've got Crystal Palace, and then again to be starting on that Young Boys game. And considering the fact that we are already qualified to the next game, I think it'll be more of a second team starting on Wednesday midnight. So hopefully Manchester United bag, most importantly, 3 points. Ralf Rangnick's second game, first Champions League game for Manchester United, hoping nothing but for the best. Until I see you on Friday for Ralf Rangnick's pre-match press conference at 10 p.m. Have a good night and a blessed week. This is the United Forum.